Okay, so you want to fly this thing to I could do a Google search, but it's going to take me some time, right? For example, I've got Italian CAA here, right? But if I click on the page, right, I don't see any place where I can look to fly my drone, except here. And even when I click on it, how do I go about going through all of this bit of information? There's a lot of information here to process, right? How do I know that my documentation that I have is legal? Or even going to be allowed for authorization?
And that's where Skypass comes in. Skypass is designed to be the world's first universal drone flight authorization platform. So what that means is we don't want to be going to 50 different sites to try and find information. Why? That's a complete waste of time, right? So 68 hours on average being wasted just to try and find that information. You just saw earlier on how much of a faff it was just to get down to D-Flight, just to upload some of our documents, right? Just to ensure that we are actually legally able to fly, right? And that's just for the open category if I'm going on holiday. Now imagine if that was on a commercial shoot that I needed to do, right? For conservation, for videography, for telling my story that I want in those countries. Now I'm going to sit there instead of having to be able to just fly my drone and do what I need to do in order to get the shots that I need, right? And that's what this platform is designed to do. It's an active development, right? But at the end of the day, we don't want you to lose out on opportunities, right? £5,000, or euros in this case, being lost due to overwhelming complexity, right? Am I legally allowed to fly within this airspace? Who do I need to call? Who is the authority that I need to submit my documents to, right? Do I need to have extra documentation? All these questions. And that's what Skypass is here to try and answer, right? At the moment, we're going to be supporting about 42 different platforms. So that includes the FAA, your Part 107s, for example, your EASA portals, right? Because if you're in Europe, then, having that one document being submitted towards your authority grants you access to anywhere else in Europe, which is awesome. CAA is a slightly different portal. That needs to make sure that you have your A2 CFC, your GVC licenses in order to be able to fly commercially, right? Depending on what you're trying to do. Of course, you've got your open category for the A1 to A3 currently, which is going to be transferring over towards the C style EASA type licenses come January 2026. Currently being discussed with the CAA, but that seems to be where we're going through. And of course, you've got document hell, right? Imagine having to re-upload the same document every single time. Well, why can't we just upload it once and ensure it's correct to begin with, right? So ensuring that our licenses are up to date and certified for the place that we're trying to fly into abroad, right? So let's have a look at the demo now. So if we try a demo, right, let's go for Italy, right? Italy uses D-Flight. Now we've got our EASA licenses. Now it says EASA A2. I think that's probably more to say our C2 license. I think that needs a bit of a correction. It's C2, not A2. A2 is a CAA thing. EASA is going to be C2, right, for our particular drone, right, because that's above the 250 grams. Now our insurance needs to be covered within Italy as well, so we need worldwide coverage. So that's one thing that we want to make sure that we have available to us. Pilot competency verified for commercial operations. So of course submitting our documentations for our risk assessment, our methodology statement to ensure that we are actively looking after the public's interests. And of course, we need our D-Flight account in order to submit that documentation, right? So what we're going to be doing with Skypass is actually analyzing these documents in order to ensure that they are legally aware. And of course, these won't be stored on any other computer besides your own. This is local storage, so that keeps into account GDPR, all that kind of good stuff. And then that will be wiped after a day, right? Because of course we want to make sure that those documents are stored securely. Automatic generation of documents is what this is designed to do. So it's designed to create those documents for you. Your method statement, your risk assessment, insurance recommendations, and also fill in that form so that way you can go and submit that off to D-Flight. Now, of course, with time within the product development lifecycle, we do want to be able to automatically submit these documents for you to the authorities, but at the moment in time, that technology doesn't exist within the authorities themselves. And that's the reason why it has to be done manually. So, if this sounds like something that you're interested in and you're going to be a part of this, what we're doing is we're going to be giving you the ability to be part of this particular venture. And all you've got to do is just answer some questions. And the first 100 people to answer these questions gets 50% off for the lifetime of the product. And you also get exclusive perks. All you've got to do is just answer a few questions within our product development, because this is an actively developed product, and just join the waiting list. Put your email in, join the waiting list, and get exclusive perks with it as well. Okay? So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, then all you've got to do, put your email in, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so I hope this has been of use to you. And of course, we've got automatic validation, so, my license is good. Cross-references, so ensuring that our insurance does support where we're flying. For example, in Italy, do we need a risk assessment if we're flying in the park? Do we need to activate Article 13, Article 16 if you're in the UK, right? Smart risk assessments, right? Is where we're going particularly crowded? Do we have permission to fly there, right? And this is what this software is designed to do, give you all of that information. So again, if you're interested, then put the questions down and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, we're looking forward to working with you. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening, and I hope you had a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.